So I was thinking about what would be a good project for St. Patrick's Day. Thought about it for a while, and then I remembered. I got this. This wee little perfect handle screwdriver. Here's a closer look. I think a leprechaun might have been chewing on the scales. It's a little bent too. I think I added another bend to it, trying to beat that pin out. I'll keep working on it. I managed to get that pin out. This side's pretty badly corroded. There might be a marking right there. Let me run this on the wire wheel, see if I can expose that marking. That might say made in Germany. Not sure. And that looks like maybe an uppercase D. There might be the remnants of another number there. I'm not sure. We're going to let this soak in some magic leprechaun sauce overnight. Here's a little screwdriver, fresh out of the leprechaun sauce. The next thing I want to do is work on getting the bends out of this thing. It's definitely bent that way. It might be bent that way too. I think I noticed either I bent the handle or the handle was bent. It looks like this top is bent. Yeah, definitely. See it? The handle's definitely bent that way. I put a piece of leather in the jaws just to keep from marring it up. I think that's better already. I've got 2 hex nuts sitting where the scales would have been. If that's not going to work or not. Let's see if that worked. I went ahead and straightened out the tip. It was almost like that was like an optical illusion, making it look crookeder than it was. I think it looks pretty good now. I think I'm going to call that straight enough. Here's the tip after the 120 grit belt. I rounded the butt section. I think it looks better that way. I'm going to use my Dremel and sanding drums on this faceted shaft. I colored in the facet with black Sharpie marker. That way I can watch and make sure my sanding drum stays on the flat correctly. I also used the marker to help me keep track of which facet I sanded as I worked through the grits. Here's the facets sanded down to 600 grit. I think it looks pretty cool. The scrubby wheels did a nice job blending in those sanding lines the drums left. Looks great. T-Rex Customs sent me some wood a while back. I think this stuff is Purple Heart. I used the one surviving original scale as a pattern, and cut out the rough shape with a coping saw. When I'm sanding wood, I like to hook the dust collection system of the 1x30 machine up to my shop vac. I got the new scales pretty close in size to this old scale, and I tried to match the beveling going on in the back. See how the old scale's beveled? I tried to match that best I could. I get it beveled all the way around. I'm going to try to use my vise to crush the scales to match the shape of the metal. I put a little tape on them to hold them in place while I got them in the vise. So here goes. Oh. All right. All right, let's see how they came out. I can see the markings on the wood of the two holes. So that definitely crushed all the way down. I can see the markings there of those numbers. So I think that one made it pretty far down too. I think that's going to work. I glued on one scale with 30-minute epoxy. and then I drilled the pinholes through. Now both scales are epoxied in place, and I've drilled the pinholes all the way through. I think I'm going to roughly shape the scales before adding the pins. Here's the scales roughly sanded to shape, and I cut 2 1/8" brass pins. I'm going to epoxy them in place. Okay, the pins are epoxied in place, and I sanded them flush with that aggressive belt in my 1x30 machine. And now I'm going to hand sand these scales. Alright, let me take you back to what this wee little perfect handle screwdriver looked like when I started. And here it is now. I think any leprechaun would be proud to own it. Chuck and I polished the metal with flits. And I gave the Purple Heart scales a couple coats of paste wax. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Chuck and I wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day.